Shoppers looking for a midsize sedan have a load of choices these days, and just about all of these cars hit the mark for being comfortable, economical, and safe. Kia's entry into this market is the 2015 Optima, and it stands out from the crowd with striking styling and an appealing mix of features. So, let's go ahead and check out this 2015 Kia Optima EX. Now with the EX trim, you get upgraded windows, a power driver's seat, and an auto-dimming rearview mirror, which are standard on the EX trim. And then you also get 17-inch alloy wheels, keyless ignition and entry, dual-zone automatic climate control, rear air conditioning vents, and leather upholstery. So it comes pretty well equipped. And then there's many option packages that you can get on the EX trim, which includes the premium package, which gives you a rear view camera, an upgraded version of Kia's Evo system, a 4-way powered passenger seat, and a heated steering wheel, or just to name a few features. Now, as far as styling goes on the vehicle, even though this generation Optima was introduced in the 2011 model year, and it introduced very striking styling for a midsize sedan, I still think it is quite striking and very aggressive looking with the front end on the Optima, especially with Kia's corporate tiger nose grille here. But it's still one of the best looking cars in the midsize sedan class. It just looks very mean and aggressive, and then also very premium as well. Now it is a white exterior with smart key access on the driver and passenger doors. Now essentially our EX trim we have here is equipped with the technology package as well as the premium package. So it's the fully loaded EX trim here. Power driver seat, power recline, and power lumbar. Full on gray leather interior. Now stepping on into the vehicle, the step-in height is pretty low. It's a mid-size sedan here, they have to keep it pretty low here. But when you get inside of this cabin here, you're treated with a very premium and high quality cabin design here. And you do have push button ignition. Just put your foot on the brake and hit the button to start. And what you're hearing is that 2.4 liter 4-cylinder. Now you do have a full-on leather-wrapped steering wheel. Very nice thick steering wheel rim here. It's just the right size. It's not too overly thick, but it feels very nice in my hands. I really love the feel of the steering wheel rim here. Now coming to your transmission, you have a standard 6-speed automatic with manual shiftability. Putting the vehicle into reverse, of course, displays your rear view camera with guidance lines. Let's go ahead and turn on the lights and the hazards too. Automatic driver's side window. And let's go ahead and pop up the hood and check out the engine bay. You have heated exterior mirrors with LED turn signals integrated onto the mirrors. You also do have blind spot monitoring. Very handsome looking 17-inch alloy wheels. At its base trim level, the Optima is competitively priced and relatively well equipped with standard features. On the upper trim levels, the Optima gets fairly luxurious with features like an easy-to-use touchscreen interface and heated and ventilated front seats. Also important to note are Kia's warranty, one of the best in the industry, 10-year, 100,000 mile powertrain warranty, pretty solid reliability, and top-notch crash test scores. Now you also do have halogen projector beam headlights with halogen fogs too. And like I said earlier in the video, you have Kia's tiger nose corporate grille. Very great looking front end. Now under the hood you will find a very powerful 2.4 liter 4-cylinder producing 192 horses at 6,300 RPM and 181 pound-feet of torque. Now MPG is a little lower than the class leaders. You're going to expect about 23 in the city and 34 on the highway. which is about 2 mpg less than some of its class competitors like the Toyota Camry. However, a 2-liter 4-cylinder turbo is available if you're looking for a little bit more power out of the Optima. Your transmission is only going to be a 6-speed automatic, and then there's also a hybrid available as well. Now essentially, even though that it gets lower MPG than some of its competitors, it does produce more standard horsepower than most of its competitors. It is gas direct injection as well, and it produces an adequate amount of power for your daily commute. Passing power is great on this car. Premium lighting options such as HIDs and LED daytime running lights are options as well. Now, trims of the Optima start at the LX trim, which starts at $21,650, and then you have the EX trim, which starts at $24,100, the SX trim, which starts at $27,700, and then the SXL, which starts at $35,500. Now, essentially, competitors of the Optima are the cars in the mid-size sedan segment. It's one of the most competitive classes in the automotive industry. You have the Toyota Camry, Honda Accord, Hyundai Sonata, Kia's Optima's cousin, and then you also do have the Ford Fusion, Volkswagen Passat, and the Chevrolet Malibu. Lots of cars in this class, as well as the top-rated Mazda 6 and the Subaru Legacy, and Chrysler 200 as well. Now, I have to say, one styling cue I would like to see gone is this little fake vent on the sides right here. I think it just looks a little cheesy in my opinion. But I guess it does make the exterior a little bit more different compared to some of its competitors. Coming to the rear, you have dual exhaust tips even for this 2.4-liter 4-cylinder. Rear parking sensors as well, and a shark fin antenna. LED tail lamps are also an option. Your Optima logo, your EX badging. Now, like I said, EPA estimates are 23 in the city and 34 on the highway. Total vehicle price for this one is $31,935. Power windows, power door locks, power mirrors, power folding exterior mirrors, which is a class exclusive feature here. Memory seat settings for 2 people. Nice and soft touch armrests, and on the mid door panel and upper door panel as well. And I'm a big fan of this wood grain trim that's on the door panel too. And let's go ahead and rev it up. Now, as far as build quality and materials go inside of this vehicle here, materials are excellent throughout the cabin. Nice soft touch materials, like on this upper door panel right here where you might rest your elbows, and then on the armrest of course too, and on the mid door panel as well. And then up here it's also nice and soft to the touch, and it feels pretty solid feeling inside of this car here. It doesn't feel cheap at all. It's a very premium, high quality cabin design here. There's not many panel gaps either. So overall, build quality and materials are excellent throughout this entire cabin here. Now, coming to the steering wheel design, I love the steering wheel design of the Optima. You have your voice recognition, Bluetooth phone controls, steering wheel mounted audio controls, and then over here your cruise control buttons as well, and your eco button for saving fuel. And then this button right here controls your little information screen in the center right there, which I will get to in just a second. Coming up here, you have your auto-dimming rear view mirror, sunglass container, and a panoramic sunroof, which is a class exclusive feature with sliding shades as well. Very nice feature to have. Interior illumination lighting. Now coming down here, you have two 12-volt power outlets, a USB port, iPod integration, auxiliary input as well, down there. Little storage cubby too. And then down right here you'll find your ventilated seats as well as your heated seats for the driver and the passenger. Cup holders, and you also do have ambient lighting surrounding the cup holders. Coming right here, the center console armrest is nice and soft to the touch and stitched. Decent amount of center console storage here. It's on par with the rest of the class. Coming to your center stack controls here, it is pretty logically laid out here and pretty ergonomically correct as well, and it's facing more towards the driver to keep your eyes on the road. And it's a very driver-focused cabin design here. You also do have your fan speeds, your front window defroster, rear window defroster, dual zone automatic climate control, recycling, and your different modes right here, and it will display up on the touchscreen interface right there. Overall, it's very easy to use. The buttons are very clear and easy to read, and you don't need a degree to figure it out. Now, as far as the seats go in the Optima, thigh support can be slightly better. It's not the best or the worst in the class. It is pretty average, but it can just be a little bit better. Side bolstering, however, is just the right amount, and the cushion to the seats are just the right amount as well. Now, as far as driving dynamics go, the 2015 Optima rides pretty comfortably without isolating you from the environment. Although the car's numb steering detracts from the driving experience when the road gets twisty, the driving of the Optima is certainly pleasant. SX and SXL models come with a sport suspension that provides slightly sportier handling, though some may find the ride quality in these models a little too firm. Now, as far as the gauges go, the gauges are fairly clear and easy to read. However, they are just a tad small, and don't expect to find a TFT display or a digital speedometer, as that is becoming more commonly found in cars nowadays. But over on this little center screen right here, you can change different settings, and you do have your trip odometer right there too. You can change the user settings such as the lamp, driver assistance, service, as well as convenient, and the doors as well. And then it also has your exterior temperature readout. So, pretty basic stuff there. Now you also do have a manual tilting and telescoping steering wheel. Nice range of adjustment, decent range of adjustment there. Also coming over here, you have premium features such as blind spot monitoring, a heated steering wheel, which is a feature not commonly seen in this segment, traction control off button, and then the brightness of your illumination. Now, as far as visibility goes inside of this vehicle, visibility is not as good as, say, as the Honda Accord or Toyota Camry. There's just not as much glass area as those cars. Outward visibility is okay, but rearward visibility is compromised due to the C-pillar and the slightly sloping roofline. Cars like the Toyota Camry, Volkswagen Passat, as well as the Honda Accord are going to be much better in terms of visibility, but at least you do have a rear view camera and blind spot monitoring to help you out. Now let's get to the main interface here. This is Kia's Yuvo system, and it works pretty well. I love the responsiveness of the touchscreen. Coming to your radio, you have your different radio sources such as your AM, FM, of course, Sirius XM satellite radio, and you can also change the radio station by voice, and let's go ahead and do that.
Please say a command after the beep.
Sirius XM channel 47.
Now listening to Sirius XM channel 47.
So for the most part, it works pretty well. Voice recognition is pretty good too. Now you also do have a navigation system, but you have to have an SD card slotted in there to show the map. But I will tell you that I have seen the map and it works pretty well. It's very responsive. The rendering of the map is also decent as well. And coming to your Yuvo e-services, this is kind of like Hyundai's Blue Link system, something similar to that. You have your roadside assistance here, but you have to have your phone connected. And then you also do have your vehicle diagnostics, your My Car Zone, Parking Minder, Points of Interest, E-Services Guide, and UVO E-Services Settings. Coming to your phone, you have to have your phone connected, but you can connect your phone and have your address book on here, and it does have Bluetooth hands-free calling, of course, all of that basic stuff. Voice commands, Sirius XM data, like your weather, traffic, fuel prices, stocks, sports, movies, all ran through by Sirius XM. Then you have your climate right here. Little quick guide on how to use the touchscreen. You also do have a Wi-Fi hotspot as well. Pretty neat that you have a Wi-Fi hotspot in this car. And you have your App Store, which you can download various apps, but you have to have Kia's UVO e-services connected. Pandora Internet Radio as well. And you still have an optical disc drive, Bluetooth streaming audio, and HD radio on this bad boy. Now, you also do have an Infinity premium audio sound system. For the most part, the sound system is pretty good, but I'm not going to turn it up too loud due to copyright issues. And then coming to your setup right here, you can go to your navigation setup, different settings such as the display for the touchscreen, like the brightness and the contrast and the saturation. Then you have your Wi-Fi and voice recognition, various amounts of different vehicle settings that you can change for the UVO system. Alright, so overall I love this touchscreen, I love Kia's UVO system, and overall the voice recognition is pretty good too. Responsiveness of the touchscreen is also pretty superb, as well as the rendering of it. Alright, and let's go ahead and shut it down. Let's go ahead and check out the rest of the vehicle, including the rear seat passenger space as well as the trunk capacity. Now, build quality and materials do follow through in the rear. Still nice and soft to the touch on the armrest, mid-door panel, and on the upper door panel as well. And chrome door handles back here. Now, sitting back here, headroom can be a little bit tight for some, for maybe passengers over 6 feet tall. In cars like the Honda Accord and the Toyota Camry, the ease of ingress and egress is much better, and the headroom is much better in those cars as well. But overall, it's a pretty nice experience and luxurious experience. You do have heated rear seats, which is a class exclusive feature only shared with the Hyundai Sonata, the Optima's cousin. You also do have rear air vents back here, and dual cup holders with a center armrest and dual mat pockets as well. Overall, the seats are also pretty comfortable, very nice and supportive too. Alright. Also back here you have a cargo net, and the rear seats do fold down to maximize cargo room, 60-40 split, and cargo capacity is generous for the most part. However, if you do get the Optima Hybrid, the cargo capacity will be limited due to the battery pack. Powered passenger seat with power recline, glove box compartment, alrighty. So the 2015 Kia Optima has evocative styling and an impressive set of features, but there are several other exceptional midsize sedans available that are also worth a look. But overall, given as a whole, the Kia Optima is definitely a solid purchase. So remember that this is Cameron Birch from Cameron's Car Review.